Hello again guys, and welcome to my first actual video of the new year. I'm sorry it's so late. I recorded this way weeks ago. I recorded this before the new year. I just really haven't had the motivation to edit, or do this part for that matter. So here we are. Hi. So I'm gonna be ranking all the movies I saw in 2024. The new releases, of course. But I want to mention something real quick. I did see two more new releases since I did the tier list back, almost a month ago. I saw Jackpot and Nosferatu, which, both of which I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure about Jackpot, but I know Nosferatu had the disadvantage of being a very late in the year release. So both of them will not be on this tier list since I watched both of them in the new year. So yeah, but I did enjoy both of them. So of course, Nosferatu more than Jackpot. So just want to get that out of the way. Again, apologies for the lateness of the upload. And yeah, I should have my other video out relatively soon, but no promises. So anyway, let's get into the tier list. So I have my list of all the 2024 movies that I have seen right down here, and I'm going to rank them by these right here, these rankings. Before we get into it, I should say, trying to keep a good balance of their quality as well as whether or not I would rewatch them again. So try to keep that in mind. And then again, as well, this is also my ranking, not yours. But I would love to hear what a couple of your favorite movies were. So, with that being said, also, please be nice to me. This is the headset I got, guys. This is the mic I got, okay? We're gonna try to make it work. Alright, but anyway, the first movie we got here is Mean Girls.
She don't even go here.
The remake. Now I haven't seen the original still. I was gonna go see it in theaters when they did the re-release, but I didn't get the chance to with work. But I did enjoy this, and I feel like I'm gonna enjoy this one more than the original. But I am gonna put it in entertaining. And I should explain real quick how these tiers are gonna work. Peak is gonna be I wouldn't change this movie. I think it's perfect the way it is, um, and it's good. It's as good as it could have gotten, right? It's not like it's peak cinema, like it's up there with something like 12 Angry Men, but it's something that I think is unchangeable in its quality. New favorite is basically it's something I'll put on, I think pretty often. I had fun with it. I enjoyed it. Might even have surprised me. But I really did enjoy it, and I did like it. There may have been something I would have changed, but it's just not perfect. Entertaining is it was fun, but it had its flaws, right? Or it was good and it had its flaws, right? Like it was too long, or you get what I'm saying. Mid. Do I need to explain what mid means? But this is kind of where I guess it gets opinion based. It's just not as great as the ones above it. I didn't hate it, but it just wasn't that good. Need I say more? Alright, so Mean Girls is the first one, and then also I will be ranking these in order as they're put in the row. So the next one on our list is Fall Guy. Now, we'll put that in entertaining as well, but I did like it more than Mean Girls. I've yet to rewatch it. I was trying to stick more towards watching new stuff,
as I got later on in the year. But I did have fun with it. It was, a dumb action movie. Really is what it was. But it was fun. So that's why I wouldn't put it in new favorite. I'll also try to kind of quickly explain why I put them in their place when I get to them. A Quiet Place Day 1. I'm gonna also put this in entertaining. The reason why I'm gonna put this one here and I'm gonna put it after The Fall Guy is because upon thinking back to it, is I like the characters and I like the idea of it, but it's just kind of forgettable. Like, and I love the cat. The cat's the best part of it, right? But it just not a whole lot happens. I just kind of forgot, right? A lot of what happened. So I did buy it on disc, right? Between a couple of options, right? We did buy this. So I mean, there's other factors that went into it, like price and stuff. But I bought Quiet Place Day 1. That's all you need to know. Long Legs. I feel like this is gonna be controversial. Putting it in mid. I really liked what they were doing in the first half, but I just didn't like what it did at the end. It really fell off there. I'm contemplating not getting the Blu-ray. I'm probably not going to get it. But I did like what they did in the first half, though. I'll give them that. Late Night with the Devil is going to be our first new favorite. I've already watched it twice. One time I actually watched it on call with my friend. But yeah, I really did like it. I wasn't expecting, and it was kind of mixed on the whole Bohemian Grove thing being brought into it. Because I wasn't expecting it. I'm sorry, I keep hitting my cord. I'm sure it keeps making the mic go, but yeah, I wasn't expecting it, and I actually, I was pretty surprised by it. I really appreciate David Dastmalchian. I'm pretty sure is his last name. Don't come after me. More as an actor after seeing this. But yeah, at first I wasn't crazy about the ending, but now I after seeing it a second time, I appreciate it more. Our next new favorite is going to be Immaculate. Which I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna see this, right? And then I watched it later on streaming, which is how I watched a pretty big handful of these movies, because work gets in the way of these things. But I really did enjoy it, and I was planning on watching The First Omen, but I didn't get around to it. It would have probably been one of the ones I watched the other day. But, yeah, no, Immaculate, I was pleasantly surprised by. I liked the ending. I think that's one of the big things that I enjoyed out of it. But, yeah, that's really all I have to say there. The next one is Trap. It was great, right? It was just starting to end, and I was like, you know what? It was quick, but it was great. And then another 45 minutes went, and it actually ended. And I had a poor taste in my mouth. So, it's going in mid, and it's going after Long Legs, because it had such a good premise, and they fumbled the ball so hard. I might get Trapped though on Blu-ray or something at some point. If I see it at like the archive, But man, they just really M. Night Shyamalan really forced his daughter into the story, and that's what I think ruined it. Because it was going so good when it was just him at the concert. And sorry for spoilers here, but it was going so good then, and then they left the concert, and that's where it fell apart. So, yeah, no, that's all I got to say about Trap. Smile 2, keeping with the concert movies. This is going up in new favorites. In front of Immaculate, though. I was looking forward to this one as well, the concert movies, sticking to it. I wish we got more concert, though, I will say that. But I loved Smile 2. I liked it a lot more than the first one, and I'm definitely getting like the 4K when it comes out. So that's all I have to say there. The Bike Riders, I will put in entertaining, but I will put it in front of A Quiet Place. Yeah. In after the Fall Guy. Because I've rewatched this one. I actually rewatched it while I was working. But it's a little slower, and it's more character based, and it's based on a true story actually. But it's like a nice, kind of documentary thing, following this group of bikers, right? And what they were really about versus what, people assumed they were about. But, I liked it. I liked it. So, yeah, the Bike Riders. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I really want to put this one up here. You know what? I hate to say it, it's gotta go down here. Excuse me. It's gonna go right in front of the Fall Guy. But, yeah, it's just not enough to make the cut. I hate to be this guy. It just fumbled. It's marketed as Frozen Empire, right? But it doesn't get to Frozen Empire until the last 20 minutes of the movie, and that messes it all up. So, yeah, I'm a Ghostbusters fan, right? So that hurts for me to say, but really that's what it there was something cut from the movie. There was stuff left on the cutting room floor, and it should not have been cut. Is as simple as it gets. So, entertaining, that's where it is. Tarot, the first poopy movie on our list here. Yeah, I watched this one at work. Well, actually, I'll tell you right now. This one I think is gonna end up higher on my list because of the fact that I actually only listened to it as opposed to actually watching it. I didn't see any of the acting or anything, or I think I forgot most of it. But I mean, it's still in the bottom ranking, so it's not that good. But yeah, I watched this listened to it while I worked, so that's probably gonna save it later on. But we'll see. Abigail, that's gonna go in new favorite in front of Immaculate. I really liked it. Not crazy about the ending, which is why it's not going any higher. And it could have gone probably in front of Smile. Because its ensemble cast was great. The characters were all fun, but I didn't like the ending. So, yeah, that's the drawback on that one. If was one of the three I watched the other day, along with Heretic and The Substance, and also Red One. But if I feel like it might have been clouded by the fact that I watched it with The Substance and Heretic, I'm putting in mid. They didn't do a whole lot with it. I feel like they could have done more. I don't know. It just felt like a very anticlimactic movie. But at the same time, it feels kind of refreshing that, not every kids movie has to be superheroes, action, all excitement. It can be calm and emotional. And the ending almost did make me cry. I'll give them that. So, Alright, next one up is The Substance, which we just mentioned. I did enjoy this one a lot. My biggest gripe with the movie is probably the amount, in spoiler warning, of blood during that one scene at the end, because it took me so out of the movie. And then some of the CGI at the end as well. But it was also a little bit too slow. I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy this again. I mean, the plot flowed really well. It's just it took too, I think, long, right, to get there. And I get it. The movie takes place over a long period of time, so it makes sense, and a lot has to happen. But it's just something like I feel like I'm not gonna really watch again, you know? So I'm putting it there because I did enjoy it a lot, but I don't think I'm gonna rewatch it again. But next up is The Beekeeper, which did surprise me a lot. I wasn't gonna see this at all. I was like, just another dumb action movie with a stupid premise. He's probably made of bees or something. I mean, look at this poster. But I really did enjoy it. My friend was like, hey, you want to go see this movie? This guy's in it. We'll go see it. And I left the theater really enjoying it. I still don't have a copy of it. I'm looking for the 4K copy with the slipcover. So I really did enjoy it. But yeah, not as much as Immaculate though, or Smile 2. Alright, Deadpool and Wolverine. Now this one's also gonna be another controversial one. I know. Because it's a Marvel movie and it's a big Marvel movie. Trust me, this was like the biggest movie of the year. So it's gonna get some probably angry comments. But this is my ranking, guys. You can do yours. Alright? I'm putting it in entertaining. I don't watch Marvel movies. And I'm not putting this here because I don't watch Marvel movies. If I was doing it like that, I would have put it down here. Alright? I'm putting it here because there were a couple things in this movie that didn't make sense to me. I mean, I thought they did a pretty good job in terms of that. Considering I don't watch Marvel. I did it was pretty easy to follow. Right, but it was still, there were still some things that didn't make sense, and I had questions after the movie. I had to ask my friend, and it relied very heavily on its humor. I felt like the plot was kind of weak, so that's why Deadpool and Wolverine is there. So the next one's Roadhouse. The remake that was on Prime Video, and I'm gonna be so mad if Amazon doesn't unleash it from its claws and put it onto physical, because I love this. I love this more than the original. In fact, it goes right here in entertaining.
I can't see what this is about. Where the fuck is everyone?
But before, actually, we'll put it after. I thought it was great. I don't have a whole lot to say about it. I only watched it once. So there's really nothing else for me to say. I'm sorry. It was good. I just thought it was much more enjoyable than the original. Sorry, Patrick Swayze. Lisa Frankenstein. That is going up in front, just in front of Abigail. Not in front of Smile 2 though. Just in front of Abigail. I saw this twice. I saw this once in theaters, once on home video. And I enjoyed it more the second time. I don't know why. Maybe because I kind of had more of an idea of what I was watching. But I really did like it. And I hope we get more movies like this in Abigail in the future. Because this is my favorite type of horror movie. I'm not too crazy about movies like The Substance or I guess Longlegs. I like them, but I like Lisa Frankenstein, Abigail type movies more. So, yeah. But it was fun. I mean, mainly I went to go see it because there were two actors that I knew in it, and it's 80s, so it'll be fun. That's why I went to go see it, but I had fun. So anyway, that's it. That's my rambling with Lisa Frankenstein. Beetlejuice. Was really looking forward to it. You know what? It did a pretty good job. I'll be honest. There were a couple things about the ending that I didn't like. And that's really it with it. That's the only thing holding it from being peak. So I think this is going to stay here at the front of the line. I think Smile 2 is going to stay right behind it. But I think our third place could be right up here next in line with Carry On, which I also just watched in the last week. I watched a lot of these in the last week, okay? Most of this list I watched in the last week. Or, well, not most, but like almost half. Carry On, I'm going to put right here in third. I don't think a movie's ever made me shake. I don't want to say shake, but I don't know. I don't think I've gotten as involved in a movie since Ghostbusters Afterlife, or just gotten as excited by a movie, right? Or felt so involved with the characters. And I really hope Netflix puts this on like a steelbook or something, because I'd love to own this movie or have something to own this movie by, right? Because it's not, like something like Heretic, where you can own the candle, or Mean Girls, where you can own the burn book. It's, a very non-marketable movie, I guess, if you catch what I'm saying. I really hope they put this out, because I'd love to own it. It was amazing. You should go watch it. Doo caca, but I'm gonna say Tara was actually better. Cause Tara was better.
Sorry.
Doo caca. I can't stand children. That's all I'm saying about Imaginary. Like, seriously.
Don't say that! Maybe we shouldn't play together anymore, Chauncey. No. Maybe we shouldn't be friends. No.
Let's take a time out, Alice. Now.
Speak No Evil. This also will probably get some negative thoughts from people. I'm gonna put it in mid. I have not seen the original of this. That came out a couple years ago. In fact, I was not gonna see this movie ever. Because the trailer pissed me off so much, because I saw it with every movie I went and saw. It came on beforehand, no matter what it was, and it looked dumb, frankly. But I was like, you know what? I'm trying to see as many movies as possible before the year ends. Why not see it, right? Why not watch it? And so I watched it on Prime, I think, and I liked the final act. I really did. And I wish we could have gotten more of it. And I wish we got less of what came beforehand. Because it was, effective and all, like, building up to the ending. Except the ending kind of felt a little bit anticlimactic. With how much time they spent building up to it. I kind of want to own it. It's just, it took too long to get to the ending, and the ending didn't pay off as well as I would have liked it. I may watch the original next year, but I'm not going to count on it. Y2K, I feel like putting Speak No Evil here and Y2K here may also upset some people, but there's also kind of a thing, to consider, is that Y2K is a dumb movie like Lisa Frankenstein. I mean, it's dumber. I knew what I was getting into. I knew what I was watching. and it's advertised as that, and so, and it's not lying to me in any way. So I don't know. I feel like I was able to enjoy this one more. But it's in no way better than any of these movies. So it does some things I don't like. Like, spoilers, please skip ahead if you plan on watching this. Y2K here. It kills off the best character in the movie early, like in the first half hour. So, which is crazy. But, yeah, no. Y2K is going there. That's all I'm saying. I'm done. Inside Out 2. I like this one more than the first. We'll put it right here in front of Deadpool and Wolverine, because it's not like I'm gonna go rush to watch this anytime soon. It's Inside Out. It's a Pixar movie. It's like, I've seen it once. Actually, I've seen it twice. Once at home, or once in the theater, once on streaming with family. But I've seen it, and I don't really need to see it again anytime soon. I'm kind of honestly sick of these Inside Out characters. I've seen the first one so many times. But yeah, so that's really all I have to say about Inside Out. And this is their cash cow now, Inside Out, because it's relatable. So we'll be seeing more of it. I'm already sick of the Dream Productions one, I'll tell you that. Alright, Heretic, which I just watched the other day. This was easily my favorite of the ones I watched. Out of the three, The Substance, If, and Heretic. I hope it's Heretic and not Heretic. But I'm gonna put it right behind Carry On. I really liked it. I am in the process of trying to acquire the 4K and the Kindle, or at least make my own of the Kindle, because $40 is a little steep for a Kindle that's not 100% screen accurate. That is a candle. I guess it is, a candle. A candle, Yankee candle is going to set you back probably like $30, but like for the size it is, at least. But yeah, no, I really did enjoy it. I thought that the whole Monopoly thing, and the song thing was great. I did not expect it. If you had told me that they were going to make that analogy in the movie, I wouldn't have believed you. If they were going to bring up Creep by Radiohead and Monopoly within a minute and compare it to the Bible, nah. But they did, and I think it was great. Great movie. And it's going to be my first A24 4K, so woohoo. Whew, what a batch here. Alright. Dear Santa, this was easily the worst movie I've seen all year, and maybe of all time. Literally, I almost shut this thing off before Jack Black even showed up. The only redeeming qualities of this film were A, Jack Black doing a Beetlejuice impression, and B, when he made a joke about a trusted adult, or was it trusted family member?
If you touch me, I'll scream.
Why would I touch you? I'm the devil, not a trusted relative.
I don't know, and I don't even care enough. Anyway. Harold and the Purple Crayon. You guys may notice we still have a whole row that hasn't been touched. And that is literally just for Harold and the Purple Crayon. Yeah. Cinema, ladies and gentlemen. Cinema. I already have the Blu-ray. Red One. I watched this one the other night with my parents after Christmas. So I wasn't feeling so holly jolly when I went when I saw it. I watched it on Prime. I was not gonna pay theater prices to see this, but it wasn't as bad as Tarot, right, or Imaginary, or Dear Santa. but it wasn't great. It was not great. Chris Evans is the redeeming quality here. And I'm sure there's some other ones, but Chris Evans. Okay, I'm kidding about Harold and the Purple Crayon, guys. I'm kidding, but I did like it more than If. It felt like a version of Elf that I can watch all year, and that's cool. And okay, well, the real reason, I guess, is because I write. I'm a self-proclaimed writer, and I can relate to that aspect of it and that emotional beat at the ending that they try and pull off. So yeah. But no, the actual top row is for Twisters. There's nothing about Twisters that I would change. Nothing. And if I had to throw something else in there, honestly, I know it goes against what you see here. I would throw Heretic, only because I don't know what I was expecting going into that, but there's nothing I would change with it. But I think this is my chart here. That's how I like it. Honestly, this is a pretty decent year for movies. I still am going to say 2023 was a better year, but hey. So all 29 movies I saw this year, I wish I could have seen more of these in theaters. And again, I wish I could have seen more movies in general. And again, I will go over the list real quick. So the movies I missed were Saturday Night Live, My Old Ass, Sting or The Sting, The First Omen, Wicked, Moana 2, Drive Away Dolls, which I, again, totally forgot was this year. I thought it was last year. Joker, Folie à Deux, Civil War, Thelma, and Megalopolis, right? Now, I do have Thelma on Blu-ray, right? I got that for Christmas, but I did not want to. And I could have watched My Old Ass. I could have watched a couple more of these movies. I did not want to, as it would leave me with less options in the future for movies to watch. And you know, I just don't want to watch all the good movies from this year, all the great hits, you know, in a week, 2 weeks. So I'm saving those for one day in the future. So yeah. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will have my next video out in the new year, and that will be the movies I'm looking most forward to. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.